Hello, all of my wonderful Viking friends. I am so happy you can join me today because I just cleaned out my cupboard and I saw a mystery substance in there buried deep in the back. This, my friends, well, is butter. Not just any butter. It is the world is coming to an end and there is no toilet paper around and we are stuck in our homes for who knows how long, kind of powdered butter. Yes, just in case you get stuck in your home and zombies come around and you are left with no food, no toilet paper, and a lot of powdered this stuff. Well, now it's either time to throw it away or use it. And I was interested in the ingredients: powdered butter, butter powder, butter, cream, water, salt, non-fat milk, vitamin E, vitamin C, just in case you get scurvy, and added protein flavoring. Contains milk. Butter. So now I am interested in seeing what it looks like. I haven't opened this, and when is the expiration date? Lot 6 June 22. Opened by June of 32. Well, that's quite an extended period of time. I'm not sure if this is going to be good, but it hasn't expired yet. Should I just put it back in the pantry or should I use it? Well, why not? I don't know what this looks like, folks. Oh, it's not even a pop top. So I'm going to have to. This was, just in case, got stuck inside my house for all eternity and a day. Well, this is a tough one. Okay. All right. It's powder. I'm really not impressed here. All right. Let's see what it looks like inside. Ah! Okay. It's hard to get it out here. Hold on. All right. It looks like, if you can see that, it looks like baby powder or baby formula. That's what it looks like. Doesn't smell like anything. Butter. All right. So curiosity has me. Okay. Well, there is a recipe here for cake. 3 cups flour, 2 tablespoons baking powder, 1/3 cup of dried whole egg powder. Okay. 1 3/4 cup water, 1.5 cups sugar, 1.5 cups shortening, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of this. Mix ingredients together and bake. Okay. 375 for 25 to 30 minutes. I'm not going to do this, of course. Oh, there's a honey butter recipe. So 2 cups of honey powder. They make honey powder? What? They make honey powder, 1/2 cup of water, and 1 cup of this, and 3 tablespoons of water. I'm so confused because 1/2 cup of water and 3 tablespoons of water. I guess it just depends on how you're going to do this. Anyway, so I am imagining that this is more like powdered milk or anything that you can get from the store that's been ultra dehydrated. And it's made from real butter. You could put on popcorn, soup, bread, and vegetables. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Doesn't smell like anything. Looks like baby formula. So let's see what happens here. I am thinking maybe I'm kind of crazy. I'm not sure if I'm crazy or not. I don't know. Well, I am thinking I'm going to try to make lefse. Now, lefse is a Scandinavian flatbread, and it's most like a tortilla. For everybody in America, tortillas are pretty much at every grocery store, especially in the Midwest and the West, especially in the Southwest. And it is just flour and water, I believe. And it's just fried or baked up. Not sure how they make tortillas. I know you can find them in the grocery store. The problem is they have flour. And flour, as we know, is not carnivore, keto. And that is a problem. You can buy low carb tortillas, but it is still a problem because many of the tortillas that you find in the store are not good for you. Now, this got me to thinking maybe I can make lefse out of this butter powder or powder butter or whatever it's called. And maybe, just maybe, I can perfect it. I am not sure if I can or not. Everything else has been a flop so far. And there really are two different types of lefse. There's hardanger lefse and there's potet lefse. Potet lefse is made out of potatoes. And hardanger lefse is just quite simply flour, egg, and cream. And that's all it is. And you can put a little bit of salt, but traditionally that's not how it is made. It's just flour, egg, and cream. And it is rolled out very thin with a lefse roller. And it is thrown on a griddle with no fat or butter or anything like that. And a lefse turner or a paddle is used to flip it. And so I'm not going to be using these because, well, if it turns out very sticky or very non-turnable, then I don't want to ruin these traditional lefse paddles. And plus, you don't want to ruin these anyway because, well, I haven't even used this one because they're good husband beaters. So you want to keep them nice and firm. So here I am with a conundrum. Do I use this roller or do I use something like parchment paper? And, well, I guess we'll see what the consistency is. I am not sure if this is going to work or not. So I ended up cleaning this and then rinsing it out with water. And I might rinse it out one more time to make sure there is no fat residue whatsoever. But it's going to be interesting because butter powder, well, has fat. So I am not sure if this is even going to work or what it's going to look like at the end of the day. But we'll see what happens. So first things first, I am going to add almost an entire block of cream cheese. Now I would add an entire block of cream cheese, but somebody has already been in the cream cheese and had a little tiny bit. And I'm not sure, who, but somebody in my household is a culprit. That's okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this almost full block of cream cheese in a bowl. And we're going to pretend like it's a full block of cream cheese. Now, the thing about making up recipes or trying new recipes is that you never know how it's going to turn out. So the first batch is always going to be this mystery batch. And you'll find that Either I'm going to be very satisfied with it, or I am not going to be satisfied at all. And you are going to cry with me at the end, or laugh, or whatever. I don't judge. Making up recipes is very, very hard to do, especially if you transform into the ketovore, and carnivore realm. It is very difficult to replace the foods that you normally once ate in the grocery stores. All right. So that is a 98% full block of cream cheese right there. I'm going to throw it into the microwave for just a second to soften it. And then I am going to crack 1 egg and let that kind of amalgamate. Okay, I just spent about 30 seconds in the microwave, and I am pretty satisfied. It is pretty liquidy. So you can see that it's pretty goopy. There's still a little bit of clumps here, but that's okay. What I'm going to try to do is I might incorporate the butter powder at first and see what happens. So I am not sure how much to use. I really don't know. I could use scoop by scoop, or I could use a half a cup and measure from there. I'm not sure. Hold on. Okay, after some quick contemplating, I'm going to use 1/3 of a cup of this powdered butter. And then I am going to check for the consistency inside the bowl. Now, you want a really thick pancake batter or a really thin biscuit batter. And it has to be spreadable, but it's firm enough to stick to itself and not crumble. It is a very interesting consistency, and once you get it down, well, then you have it. But until you get it, you don't got it. So I'm going to try to get it. All right. So here is 1/3 a cup of butter powder. I'm going to see if I can get it to the correct consistency. And of course, I'm going to have to add egg too. So I probably want a firmer consistency. I don't know. I'm not sure. I am really not sure what I'm doing. And it doesn't smell good at this moment right here. It's pretty interesting. It definitely doesn't smell like butter. All right. So that is a very thick, powdery consistency. I don't know how this is going to cook either. I might end up cleaning up a really big mess at the end here. But you never know. I might make something really awesome. I don't know. I'm going to throw a little bit more in. I'm going to make it really thick and then add the egg. Oh, that is a very unpleasant smell. Now, I imagine that you can pick up this kind of dehydrated food to take on long trips, vacation trips, camping trips, boating trips, raids and pillaging and plundering trips, the Viking trips. the trips that you need dehydrated food for. Things like jerky and lutefisk, stuff like that. All right, so here is the consistency. And I'm going to add 1 egg. Now these eggs are not washed. Maybe I should wash them. I'm going to go wash them first. Okay, 1 washed chicken egg. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a full chicken egg. All right. All right, already I see a problem, and the problem is it's not really incorporating very well. So I might do this mixture if I were to do this again. I would put the egg in a cooled but still liquidy cheese, and then I would add the powder after that. Because this isn't, or you could cheat and just use a food processor. And then just let the food processor do this. I'm not using my wooden bowls or utensils or nothing like that because I really don't know how big of a mess this is going to make. This could blow up in my entire kitchen, and then I would be spending the next 3 hours cleaning this. Something that I don't like to do is spend a lot of time cleaning after a really big cooking project. All right, I'm going to add more powder. Now this is another 1/3 cup. So we are at 1 full cup. So 3/3 cup of powdered butter or butter powder. Last thing you want to do is sneeze. You make a complete mess out of this. So I'm at 1 cup of butter powder, 98% of a full stick of cream cheese, and 1 egg. That's where I'm at. Now, here's the problem that I'm seeing right now. Now, it is sticky, and I love that because you want it sticky. You want it really sticky, but it's almost too liquidy. So I'm not sure if this is going to work. I wonder if powdered milk would also do wonders in here. However, I do not like the taste of powdered milk. Never have, never will. And so I am not sure if that's going to work either. I've had many failed attempts at this lefse thing, and I don't know. It's getting to the point where I'm going to give up soon on this lefse. And for everybody out there who has never had lefse, it is a game changer. Lefse is absolutely delicious. And so maybe you don't want lefse because, well, if you don't know what it tastes like, you won't ever crave it. But for all of my Scandinavian friends out there, my goodness, just to replace lefse with something that you can have low carb and easy to make, well, that's something. I'm going to add 1 more scoop of powdered butter. So we are at 1 cup and 1/3. Let's see what this consistency is after I incorporate. My goodness, I'm making a mess already. Maybe I needed a bigger bowl. I don't know. Yeah, I would use a food processor. It's getting thicker, and that's what I want, is a thickness that is relatable to biscuit powder, but it's getting too thick. So I think 1 I think this is just a little too thick. I do. I am not sure what I'm going to do now. Yeah, it's just a little, I don't know. I think it's a little too thick now. Okay. So it looks strangely like butter. And I'm not sure what the consistency is going to be, especially after it is cooked. You know, I wonder, and this is just a wonder, I wonder if I could save this by adding some collagen powder. I don't know. See, the problem with adding all these ingredients, if you add the ingredients and it doesn't work out, you just wasted a whole bunch of money. And collagen powder is about $30 a little can of collagen powder. And, well, that's a lot of money to be kind of guessing and ruining food with. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of collagen powder. Hold on. True fashion, I'm going to add a third cup of collagen powder. And then I'm going to add, as I make a mess, then I'm going to add some water to make this more liquidy. And mix this all together. And I'm going to mix this into a really, really soft liquidy dough. Or a really firm pancake batter. Okay, in goes the water. It's just a little bit of water. Oh, okay. All right. It's looking a lot better. And it smells a lot better than what it did. So it's coming about. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. Let me get this on some parchment paper. I don't know. It might be so sticky that it might not even work. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we're going to see if we can't get it flattened and then put on the griddle. And it might not even work, so we'll see what happens. So here's my problem right out of the gate. It's going to be too sticky to roll. And so I can either add one more egg to it, or I can add water, or I can add both. So let me add both and see what happens to it. I'll be right back. Okay. Now this has turned into pretty good liquid. I probably added way too much of both egg and water. But we'll see what happens. I ended up spraying my pan with a little tiny bit of nonstick, and the only reason why is because I don't know if this is going to become a sticky, awful mess in my cast iron skillet. And I really don't want to clean my cast iron skillet. Okay, here it goes. And that is making such a mess. definitely not pliable like a tortilla. The flavor's there, but it's falling apart. I can't even pick it up. It's falling apart. It's okay. The flavor. It's just not anything near what lefse would be. It's definitely not a tortilla. I can't do anything with this. But the flavor's okay. So let me add more collagen powder and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to add about a third a cup of collagen powder more to the batter, and hopefully that will improve the texture. And at least maybe I can use these for something. Because right now, I can't do anything with these. Okay, I added the third cup of collagen powder. So we are now at 2/3 cup of collagen powder in this. This dish is going to be very expensive. And I hope I can rescue this somehow, some way. I'm just trying to make lefse. Okay, let's try the second one. A lot firmer, and it's not falling apart quite as easily. It needed to bake just a little bit longer. Very buttery. As you can see, it's holding together a lot better. Well, it was holding together a lot better than, well, before. The flavor is still interesting. It's good. I wouldn't wrap anything in it yet. Kind of has a distinct flavor, almost like popcorn or something that is really super buttery. And I might have stumbled upon carnivore popcorn. I wonder if we can roll with this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of baking powder. Now, I might ruin this completely. I am not sure if I'm going to. I'm going to add about, what is that? 2 teaspoons worth of baking powder. And this should floof it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drizzle this in blops. Blops and splots. And I'm going to let that, crisp up. I don't want it to burn. See, it's sticking, so you probably want to put some kind of non-stick in here or more butter. That one's more pancake-like. Okay, so that's more like a disc right there. And these kind of turned out kind of like little tiny blops. All right, let's try this. All right. Okay, let's try the blops and the bloops. Now, popcorn's kind of crunchy. This doesn't have the crunch. Kind of crunchy. That one tasted a little burned. Okay, so lower heat. Okay, let's try this one. This one's the big one right here. Okay. Besides for them being burnt, this tastes like popcorn. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Let's try this. Hold on. Let's try this again. I am thoroughly excited because I made little medallions. Look how crisp and wonderful those look. Now they're kind of crispy, but let's see how they taste. Buttery, a little bit of crunch. These could, if you crunch them up quite easily, they could become crackers. And they're almost there anyway. So without burning them, if you were to leave them on low heat and let them just crisp right up, definitely crackers. But they have more of a pancake consistency right now. Yeah. So definitely you could make crackers out of these. But I'm more interested in the popcorn. I just need to get the texture down. So what I'm going to do is on a greased parchment paper and a microwave safe plate, I'm going to splatter some of this batter on top like this in little tiny doblets. And I'm not going to be too concerned with it and just kind of spread it around just a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to stick it in the microwave for 1 minute. Okay, so as you can see, they've kind of matured in these little doblet-esque crackery type things. And I'm going to put them on another parchment paper to cool. And here we are. And I'm going to break these up. And they're kind of like, how do I want to say this? Well, they kind of are crisp. And they're kind of cooling down a little bit. Kind of crunchy. Okay. All right. It was put in just a little too long. Okay, I'm going to try this again, And I'm going to put it in not for 60 seconds, but I'm going to try 50 seconds and see what happens. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, still a little bit doughy, but I'm going to call that a day here. While that cools, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my hand at some bagels and see how those turn out as well. And I will see you, well, I'm going to try about a 15-minute kind of thing. So let me try that. And yeah, I made a royal mess in the kitchen, but as you can see, these turned out okay. I took out two just to see how they were. They stuck a little bit. They weren't too bad, but I ended up eating a little bit of one, and well, I wasn't too impressed with it. That's all right. Not a bagel. As far as these went, it was more of a tortilla, kind of a pancake. I was trying to make lefse. I was unsuccessful. It's this, I don't know, pancake type, not even a tortilla. It's not bad. It's not the greatest in the world. What I'm thoroughly excited about, and I ended up doing 30 minutes, sorry, not 30 minutes, don't do 30 minutes. I ended up doing 30 seconds on one side, flipping it over and doing 25 seconds on the other side until they're more of a brown color and they kind of made this blob, but they crisped right up. And they have made some kind of, I don't know, it's like a popcorn-esque thing. It truly, honestly tastes like popcorn and it crunches like popcorn. To perfect it would be amazing. But quite honestly, I would put this in a bowl and snack on these, well, when I'm watching a movie. I actually like them. If you want to do, you can crisp it up more in the pan and make crackers out of it. So, and then put stuff onto it. I don't know. I like it as the popcorn. So, anyway, there you have it. There you have it, folks. I love it. I love it. I love it. Making mysterious things in the kitchen, making a complete mess. I'm going to have to clean it up. And the floor somehow got sticky and greasy all at the same time. So that's going to be an interesting mess to clean up. But until then, I hope your day is fantastic. I hope this recipe inspired you to make your own, well, ketovore. I think this is really close to carnivore. I'm going to call it carnivore popcorn. That's what I'm going to call it. Carnivore popcorn. I hope this inspired you to make your own carnivore popcorn, and I hope at the end of the day, you're just as happy as I am. Anyway, until next time, my friends, Lika Till. Skål! I'm just proud of myself.